What's up, everybody? This is Life and Anxiety. It's been a while since I posted a video, and while I was walking outside today to clear my mind and kind of get rid of the daily mental stress, as that's a strategy I've been using for the past couple of weeks, I thought, hey, I should do a video, even if no one watches it, because I figured it'd be good for mental health. And my channel is all about mental health and also movie reviews. But anyway, I digress. Um, so I figured I'd check in and kind of do an update. So, like I said, it's been, a couple of weeks since I've actually done some content, some deep diving, worthwhile content. And that's because I've been finding myself busy, more worn out. Um, right before January. Sorry. Uh, Early 30s, you get tired early. That rhyme, I guess so. Um, like right before January, I decided I wanted to get a head start on some of my goals, or I guess you'd call them resolutions. But they're more like lifetime resolutions. They're not just like, hey, I want to do this for a little while until I maintain this, like body weight or something, like lifelong stuff. So I started thinking about this stuff, month before January, which is December, and I started putting some things into practice, and that's been taking up a lot of my time, which is great, but miss YouTube as an outlet, so I'll just go ahead and tell you what I've been up to. Um, so that month, I decided I wanted to cut out drinking for a while, take a sabbatical, not necessarily quit forever, because, let's face it, everybody likes a good drink once in a while. Um, but, probably say on average, I had, more than a couple drinks, after work or nightly. So that was one of the big things I wanted to improve on my life. And so I was strong enough and willed myself to step away from that for a while. That had been a little bit of a habit for some time. Not like an excess, but when you get older, you need to start putting yourself in check. So I uh, I stopped abruptly, and if you're a heavy drinker, you should never really do that. But anyways, I did that anyway. Um, I guess for forewarning, if you do something like that and you are a heavy drinker, you probably want to consult a physician before doing anything like that. But again, I digress. This video has no scripting, so I'm just kind of going off the head and telling you what's been going on. And so I stopped. And I've been trying to be healthier. Um, I changed up my diet um, when I was, not striving for these goals of mine, which is to maintain a better, healthy lifestyle and, get back into shape, like not like I was in my 20s. Because I was pretty solid. I was pretty muscular. I am proud to say, but tone down, get a little more cut, and after so many years, and you get up to like your 30s, some people, probably mostly guys, it seems like a lot of the stress gets to them, and the outlet to that ends up being, effect on your body. Some might drink more, some might eat more, some might just be too tired from work and they're not getting enough exercise. So they're not like they once were. And that was the case for me. Um, wasn't getting enough exercise. I work from home. Um, I have agoraphobic tendencies, which means I'm more comfortable inside the house. And that's in some other goal, or that's another goal I wanted to work on. And obviously, when you're comfortable inside the house, you're not moving around a lot. I mean, I take my dog out a lot at that house, but that nearly doesn't um, it doesn't satiate. Um, it's not enough exercise to burn whatever you're intaking on a daily basis. Um, especially if you have a desk job, which I do. I work remotely. So, I mean, these were things that I've been wary of for a while, and I just started putting things. Sorry, it's been a long day. We're a 10-hour day. Um, I've been starting putting these more healthier routines into progress. So I haven't had much time to jump on YouTube and make videos for the awesome people that do watch them. I appreciate everyone, all of you. Um, I've also been really busy with college work. I I go to school full time online, so that back to back with a full time job is can be a little bit hectic and stressful. But today I realized I hadn't verbally talked to anyone, and I knew something was bothering me, and I'm like, maybe I should jump on YouTube, make a video, because that always makes me feel like I'm talking to someone. It's a good mental exercise, mental practice, because you can think all these things all day long, what you want to say to somebody or express your feelings, but if they're on the inside, then they're not getting out. So I was like, it's a good time to make a video. So I'll just, update everybody with what's going on. It's not the most, this is not the most cohesive rant, obviously. Kind of back and forth between subjects, uh, with what's running through my mind. Um, so today's January 18th, and I have not had anything to drink since the 27th of November, which would put me at 52 days. Um, I don't, like I said, like disclaimer, I taken a sabbatical. I know some people really like the benefits of not drinking, and I do too. I just haven't settled on it yet. But I know I don't want to put that into place right now or in the near future because it will perturb or stifle some of my progress in my healthier ways. So the good thing, though, is that it's been so long that I don't desire to have a drink, say, when you're bored. Weekends, most people uh, imbibe, that's not the word. Partake, in a few drinks, and that's fine if you do it responsibly. But I cut it out altogether. And the first couple weekends, I was like, it's the weekend, people are drinking, I should probably be drinking. Um, and I felt that way for like probably about 3 weekends. And then it just kind of went away. I didn't really think about it. And, there's a bunch of benefits, obviously. You're more clear headed, you're not bloated. Um, I advocate for if you are a drinker to drink in, light moderation, or if that's a problem you struggle with, then there's resources to help you. AA, reach out to a family member, a physician. Um, it really depends on your goals, obviously, and obviously, no one wants to be an alcoholic either. So, if you are struggling with that, don't be afraid to reach out. Um, I kind of slipped on a little slippery slope. I was drinking probably like 3 nights, maybe 4 nights out of the week sometimes. Um, Obviously, this was in my own time, not on work or anything. And to cut that out, it's been really good health wise. That was one of my goals, and that's ongoing because I'm trying to I'm working on my weight right now and my health and fitness. And that's what I've been doing lately. If I haven't been in school or if I haven't been working or resting in between, I've been working on my health and I've been incorporating jogging, modifying my diet to be a slight deficit to help lose some weight, some of that excess stuff you don't need, because excess fat is not really productive to have on your body. It's just stored for energy, which if you're not actively working out or moving, it's not going to go anywhere. Um, and I thought it was time for some changes, so I started doing some jogging. Usually, I'm more of a heavy lifter, but for this phase in my routine, I want to focus mainly on cutting down the fat. Obviously, it doesn't look like I'm that. Oh, sorry about that. You probably hang windows. Or, sorry, I heard this on a TV show. You probably hang. Oh man, I sound so stupid. You probably hang pictures off those bad boys, or yeah, whatever, portraits. But yeah, I don't look that big. I've got a little bit of a small belly now. Um, but like I said, those are things that I want to work on. And so far, since the day I stopped drinking and the day that I incorporated a healthier diet and started walking turned to jogging. Right now, I'm jogging. I can jog a mile and a half comfortably, at my own pace. So that's been really good progress. It might not seem a lot, but I was jogging like every day for a little while, and then every other day. Um, but the good news is I lost 25 pounds since I stopped drinking and I started eating at a bit of a deficit. Um, I've been working more when overtime's available, trying to get some more, obviously get more money to, stow away and hopefully have a more comfortable place eventually. Uh, I've been knocking out schoolwork. I've got like this course I'm doing right now is a high level course. So it's been a little bit more taxing than the previous ones. And, uh, you know, burnout's a thing with full-time work and full-time school and making healthy changes. But I mean, that's what I've been doing lately is you know I've always visualized these things for myself, and I finally, after a couple of years, I'm like, all right, it's time to put these things into actual practice. Let's back it up. And David Goggins is a great inspiration for me when I'm feeling low or depressed or my low's low and I can't do anything or I feel like I can't do anything. I'll watch something of his and just bring to mind his background and how much he overcame. I feel like he's he's a great person to. Sorry, I totally totally lost my train of thought. track or yeah, my train of thought. He's a great person to look at when you're down, you're needing a little boost because he's walked the walk and he can talk the talk now. So when I'm feeling down, I'm like, oh man, this is getting rough. I don't know if I can keep doing these things to try and achieve my goal. I look at someone who's done it and he actually expresses the discomfort in it. And he's like, yeah, it's hard. He's, uh, get ready for it, like embrace the suck pretty much. And I'm like, all right, dude, I can vibe with you on that level for sure. And, that'll help me uh, go some ways. And just his view on mental toughness and everything. He's at when in doubt, look at some David Goggins stuff. It's a little bit the language probably isn't for everyone, but uh, he's been through some hard times, and I can respect that, and that's why I use him as like a little a little energizer boost, like you know he I'm referencing him as like an energizing boost while knowing full well that he didn't have someone to besides himself to pull himself up. So that in its own right is such speaks volumes of determination and will on his part. So if you see some of the stuff, you like it, if you're feeling down and you've got some goals you want to hit, um, take a look at some of his stuff. It's very motivating. He challenges himself every day, and that's something that I do as well. Um, see, right now, I hit a weight plateau. I guess that's what they call it. I mean, I did lose a lot of weight. Um, on paper, to me, I can't really tell, but I hit a little plateau, so that means I have to adjust a few things, either work out harder, um, put myself at a little bit more of a deficit, or do something called like zigzag dieting, which you do like off and on, like a normal diet, and then, some calorie restricted days to make sure the body's not adjusting to the diet that I've been on. And right now, I played around with some of those. I've been putting myself on a little bit more of a calorie deficit, so my body can burn some of that excess storage and keeping the carbs, really to a minimum. And when I mean carbs, I don't mean chips or anything. I mean like, uh, vegetables, baby carrots, and those have very, very minimal carbs. Um, so it's kind of kicks me into ketosis a little bit more, which somebody said is not sustainable, which is true. It's not sustainable, but it's something that I'm going to use as a technique within limits that I'm comfortable with until I meet my goal, which I want, and that's to be at 190. And then, this is where I've been at, what I've been doing. I've been, lifting weights not as heavy as usual because I'm a little bit older. The goal right now for me is to cut weight. Um, and then after I get to that weight I want to be at, that's when I want to start focusing on building up some more muscle. Why am I doing these things to better my health? Why these specific things? I've always enjoyed working out. It's made me feel better about myself, my self esteem, and there's nothing like looking in the mirror and seeing that you're healthy, you're fit, you're in a decent condition, and I want that back. I notice there's a little determination behind that. I want that back. That's it's there. That's all I need, some determination, and you know, everything else will come along. Just the will and determination. Sorry, I digressed with that thought. But yeah, that's for me. That would make me happier. Um, and currently, it's right now. I'm not the happiest. I'm pretty tired actually. Um, but it makes me feel very good about myself that I've been able to achieve um, weight loss this far towards my goal. I've been starting running, uh, jogging, better for improving cardiovascular health. I mean, I'm doing all these things I wouldn't have done honestly if I didn't stop cutting down on the drinking. To be true, yeah, because 3 to 4 days out of the week, um, getting a little buzz or good buzz. That's empty calories. One, two, you're not doing anything when you're drinking, um, unless like you're going out and gallivanting with friends or some kind of special occasion. Um, so in hindsight, I'm really glad I cut that out. It's can be tedious if you're used to having or partaking a um few nights, a week, even if, you're responsible, you're not looking after a child or you're not working. Um it really kind of helped me to dial in. And if you're used to that, stopping is going to be a little bit difficult um the first couple weeks, but it does go away for anyone trying to make some improvements in their life. And even with these benefits in mind, I tell myself I'm not sure if I'm going to quit forever. I wouldn't mind, I had to think about this real quick. Something in moderation, maybe like once a month, or if there's a special occasion. But I don't miss the fogginess. I don't miss the waste of time, really. I think the only thing I saw beneficial to drinking was that was the feeling and the perception it gave me. Um, but at the end of the night, uh, I'm sure I was self-medicating in some way. At the end of the night, that hole I was trying to fill, it wasn't filled. Drinking doesn't fill that hole. It just kind of pauses things for a little bit. And then, I would feel the repercussions the next day. Feel bad and makes you depressed. Um, so overall, I encourage stepping away from alcohol for a while. In hindsight now, um, it's definitely not a bad thing. It can only benefit you. And so far, it's only benefited me. Um, so, I mean, these are some big main improvements that I've done. And, you know, tomorrow's Friday, and I used to be like, oh man, another weekend without, it's become so normalized. And I'm not trying to make this a video on, alcohol, um, stopping, or encouraging everyone, even though, it's not a bad thing. I really just made this video to tell everybody what I've been up to and how I've got there, and just quitting alcohol is part of the equation. Well, sabbatical. And like I've mentioned previous times, a couple of times in this video, I'm not gonna, you know, in vibe, in vibe. I'm not going to partake in drinking until I've reached my goal. Um, my goal of goals, and I mean that by when I get to my first goal, which is going to be that certain, number on the scale, then I have another goal, which is going to be, build muscle with the appropriate diet. And then after that, who knows, I might have another goal. And these are not bad things to have. Um, goals get you out of bed, it gets you up in the morning. And having alcohol with these goals would probably be fine, but I'm fine not having alcohol because it would stifle a day. And it's just not worth it. Um, at this point in time, maybe somewhere down the future, um, I don't know, say a special event. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. But I find that also to be helpful. If you're even if you want to quit drinking, um, it's easier to say, I'm taking a break, and then it doesn't put as much pressure on you. Um, your mind's not in the mindset of, oh God, I'm quitting drinking forever. You know, it's that puts more pressure on you. But realistically, I kind of mean like I may come back to it, but not in excess or anything like I used to. It definitely is a hindrance on things. It's straight up poison. Ethanol. It's that's one of the things I've done um, when I was trying to. Well, when I was trying to, I cut it out right away. Probably not the smooth, but when I had cravings, I would watch other YouTube videos about people's success and how they cut it out, how they're doing now, what they experienced. I did that for like 2 weeks, and that helped the process. If stopping or staying on track, not falling off track, or people would say the wagon, which is super cliche. Um, so anybody's trying to quit that, uh, those are some things I would do at each night. Um, when I was like, hey, I kind of would like to chill with a beer because I'm bored out of my mind. But that's just, it's paying your dues uh, to really what you kind of put yourself through and got yourself in. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but um, I mean, I did that to myself. So, I mean, it doesn't last forever. The crappy part, it does go away. I'm still young in my sabbatical, I would say. Um, the future for me with alcohol, I don't know. I mean, I've always enjoyed a good drink, and I've probably mentioned this more than a few times. Uh, I'm not against the idea of drinking in moderation here and there, but it's not going to be like 3 or 4 times a week. It's probably be like once a month, um, maybe twice a month, realistically. And it's not going to be in super excess. But as I said, it's not a video for. Well, I guess it's incorporated in this video to stop drinking. That was good for you, which I already said. It's really what I've been up to. I've been grinding my ass off, um, working out, staying disciplined, trying to stay focused on my goals, work life, um, and the near future, finances, and, you know, stepping away from alcohol had to play a role in those things, to get me where I am now. I know this is kind of a long video. Um, I'll keep you all updated on what's going on. I'm still, working out. And like I said, I'm trying something a little bit different now to cut out this little bit more, well, a little bit more, probably about 20 more pounds, to be honest, which is pretty crazy. Um, Screw it. I'll see how much I weigh. I weigh about like 213 right now. Um, and I'm about 6'2". So it doesn't look bad, obviously. Like it's a comfortable weight, but it's not what I'm comfortable with having, or I want to make myself the best version of myself that I can within my comfort level. A little bit outside of my comfort level. I like to push myself. I I've found, which I haven't really found. I've always knew that, but with this mindset, um, if you just get really dialed and determined, you can do whatever. You can apply it to anything. Just you also got to give your body rest, give your mind rest. As far as the agoraphobia, this could be a long video. I've been making progress on that. Um, Nothing in strides, but some days when my anxiety was really bad, I wouldn't want to go more than a block uh, away from my apartment. Um, Over these past few weeks, going a block away from my apartment has become, I don't want to say almost a breeze. Has become much easier, and I've put it in practice much more. I've walked to the store, which is something I usually want to do. Um, Before I started getting focused and like dialing in on my goals, I went as far as to cross like one of the big intersections to grab a few things in snowy weather because I don't want to drive my car. I'd say those are some positives. Um, Tonight I was gonna go for a walk around the block a couple times since I find that healthy. It's a good outlet for the day's worry. You can put it into energy instead of just holding it in. Also, like making a YouTube video. You can take some of that worry that you're just sitting with and turn it into an action. What else? I can drive a block by myself, which is sounds sad. Um, which is new. By myself, I still experience some anxiety and not the occasional, because it happens every time, the quick adrenaline burst like out of nowhere. Um, and the feeling that I have to pay attention to like every single detail that's always there. It's like really high anxiety people who suffer with very high levels of anxiety, they are more hyper aware. I want to say, I'm not a doctor, but if I'm wrong, you can tell me in the comments. And so you feel like you have to focus in on everything, and that is exhausting. But I can drive a block by myself. I can jog around like 2, 3 blocks, walk to the gym a couple times. That's a positive stride. It's probably a big stride. I don't give myself a lot of credit sometimes. Um, but what I'll do with driving, um, some goals that I made with that is my neighbor, he or she, I don't want to really get in specifics for privacy reasons. He or she will, you know, doesn't work or have a full time job. Um, he or she's spouse does. So during my lunch, I'll drive a block over and then we'll do some errands, but I will be driving. Um, that's something that's always helped me is having someone in the passenger. So that's a positive stride because, I will go further than I would on my own. And hopefully that'll progress to me going on my own further. If not, and if it doesn't happen right away, that's okay as long as I'm making a little progress here or there, being able to get out and get what I need um, is the goal at hand. Um, so that's what I've been up to. I hit that mic. I wonder if that had any feedback on that. Um, just dial it in. I feel it's important that this Big K Diet Cola. Just so you know, I'm not drinking. That makes me sound like a former alcoholic. Anywho, but that's what I've been doing. Um, some lifestyle changes. Because if you don't catch these kind of these things you're doing to yourself or things you're not doing in regard to what or jeez, I am tired. Regard to mental health or physical health, they're going to catch up with you. It happens all the time to people entering in their 30s. We get used to, like, okay, this is how things are. Your metabolism starts slowing down. Um, work doesn't kind of take work does take precedent over pretty much everything you need to, that's your lifeline to access food, resources, be warm in the winter, have fresh water. And, when you transition from your 20s, just entering the workforce or, um, crap, lost my train of thought again. Or, college coming out of there, you're not primarily, I want to say, uh, not okay. So this doesn't apply to everyone. Some people have to work from very, very young age. I'm aware of that, and God bless those people for, hanging in there. But for like other people, they don't really have work as a precedent until maybe they get out of college in their early 20s if they're still being supported by the parents, if they're getting some kind of aid. Um, so they still have some time to worry about health. Um, they have a higher metabolism because of their youth. And, it's the sunshine, it's the glory days of not trying to hold yourself too accountable. Um, and also, I know this plays a little bit on genetics too, but usually people that are younger tend to be more fit and a little more carefree. They haven't really fully immersed themselves in the adulthood pool, which is a nasty cold plunge once you get in there. Um, even after you stand there, it's still cold. They don't warm up. Sometimes you get used to the cold, you start feeling warm, but uh, not in the majority of cases. But what I'm saying is that by the time you're getting in your early 30s, um, you're well acclimated to the work environment, and work has taken precedent because you need to make money to be able to do those things. Like I said, to feed yourself, provide, um, and that puts a damper on your physical health, especially if you're in a sedentary job. Even if you're in a job that requires a lot of physical manual labor, you're putting strain on your body, so you're not able to really give yourself enough um, time to rest, especially going into your 30s, which can have a negative impact on your body, especially long ways down the road, um, or even, 5 or 10 years down the road. But what I'm saying is, the earlier you catch, um, the problems that are starting to cause negative effects that didn't cause them at a younger age because of the factors I mentioned. Like when you're getting in your early 30s, you're getting overweight. If you catch them earlier, if you put a plan in action, if you put goals in action to stop the progress of those negative effects and find ways to find time for yourself to focus on your health, then it's going to save you a lot of trouble ache in the future, as if you weren't to catch that and continue going on that path. Um, it can lead to a whole sorts of health and mental problems. Um, for me, it's self-esteem. It would have been probably some high blood pressure, maybe obesity myself. I don't know. Um, but I guess my main goal in this portion of the video is that I'm lucky that I was able to recognize um, that I need to start doing some more things because, like I said, I want to be the best version of myself I can be, given my age, my limitation, my genetics. And there's a lot of people that are okay with um, how they look, and that's totally fine at, like, 30s, 40s, 50s, say you get like little fat or, beer gut or mom bod, dad bod. Um, and, they settle in that role, but that's not for me. Uh, I want to take charge of my health, and I feel like by catching these things we settle into and realize they're starting to take effect on our bodies because we're aging, metabolism slowing down, you can rein it in, and you can be that perfect version of yourself. Um, I never, when you're young, you don't want to imagine yourself like, oh yeah, I'll be in my 30s or 40s, and I'll, gonna be like 200 plus pounds and, tired all the time because of work and stress. No, no, but I mean, that's for me. And if that doesn't sound appealing to you, then, you can stop and work on yourself and prevent yourself from, um, you know, tumbling down that path. It seems like a lot of people, fall down it. And, I don't want to be one of those people, and I'm not going to be one of those people. And if you don't want to be one of those people, um, that fall into comfort because of the demands of, your job, work, anything, uh, just you need to find time for yourself, or you need to find, in some cases, you might need to find a different occupation. If that's not on the table for you, then you just need to find some time for yourself, change some ways, eating patterns. If it's like mental, it's a meditation, or, find an outlet. find new hobbies. If you never talk to a therapist, talk to a therapist. Um, it's never too late to get back on track. But that's my message I'm going to end for tonight. I'm going to get off here and, post this. I want to thank everyone that did stay tuned this whole 45 minutes. And I'll be on again. So, peace till next time, everyone. Peace and love.